أرجو إن السلايدز تكون ظاهرة عندكم دلوقتي. كنا واقفين عند ال iLock. We have covered the iLock and we have seen how to use the engine numbers instead of names for the columns and for the rows. Instead of names, we use numbers. So we use the iLock to locate or to make a slice for whatever part of the data frame we want. But instead of using the column names, we use the column numbers. This is the big difference between lock and iLock. So if you found any question, if you find a question inside the test and it is asking you about the difference between lock and iLock, you just say that iLock is for indexing using engine numbers and the lock is using the column names. Okay, now we move to some interesting thing. We know that if we return back to the Jupyter notebook, we see here, you can see that we have, by default, we say grades and we click enter. This is going to display the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But actually, this index is created automatically for us. I want to display, or I want to change this default. How to change this default? I want to set the ID as the index. Instead of having this automated calculated automatically or created automatically for us, we don't want that. We want the ID to be the index. How to do? We have an interesting function called setIndex. We are using the setIndex to put the ID as index. Actually, we can put anything as the index. We can put the division, the quiz, but the problem is we have to make sure that there is no repetition in the rows. For example, there is no two identical IDs. If it has identical IDs, it will not be possible to set the ID as the index. Okay, I just want to confirm if you hear me and see the slides. Can you hear me and see the slides? Please confirm if you can hear and see the slides.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. So we use the set index to put that, and also we have an interesting function which is in place, and in place means we change the data frame itself. Okay, let's try this practically to see the result. Grades.set index. And the name of the column is ID, and the in place equal true. Okay, so let's run. We have something here. The ID column is not displayed. I don't know why. The ID column is not working. I know there is an ID, but okay, let's try to use something else as the index. For example, I know it is not correct, but because the ID is a problem, it is not displayed, it is not recognized. It is not recognized. I don't know the reason behind this, but anyway, let me see if we put the quiz as the index. Let me see if it's possible. We set the quiz as the index and run it. Set the quiz as the index, and I make sure of it by running grades. Yeah, so you see the quiz here is changed to be the index of the data frame. So if you see, we have duplicate values here, so the index is not correct, because if you want to refer to a specific column, it will it will find the first only. You will never reach this column, this row. Sorry, is row, not column. So this is the problem with index. Make sure every time you make sure that the index has no duplicate value. I think here you can see clearly that it has duplicate value, and this is going to make a problem for you if you want to index the row number 60. Is not going to display the second one. It's going to display only the first column, the first row. طيب عشان الأذان شغال بس ادونا كده دقيقتين لحد ما الأذان يخلص إن شاء الله. رسول الله. We return back to the slides to see. Yeah, we changed the set index, but the problem is we use in place equal true means it's actually changed. How to change this? How to remove that indexing that we have done? The quiz is not good. The quiz is not good example of making an index. So how to reset it? So we say reset index. We have the reset index is the same as the previous one, which is set index. We say reset. Okay, reset index, and we say in place equal true. And we run this to reset our index. Yeah, we reset our index. Again, we have now our index is even reset, and we can see the word index here because we resetted it. Okay? Okay. Okay, we move to the next slide. Here we have, okay, now we get to the interesting parts that maybe you are going to need in your project. Here you use the statistics to display, for example, the count, how many columns are there, how many rows are there. Also the sum of all values. For example, if you want to get the total for something, so you use the sum. The mean, which is the average value, and you calculate the average value by using dot mean. Actually, it is calculated by summing all values and dividing by the number of values. The minimum is the smallest value in the data set. The maximum is the largest value in the data set, and describe is going to put or to show you all these statistics together in just one column. Describe is going to display all of these values in just one comment. Okay, let's use describe. This one is interesting, so I want to show you the grades dot describe. Okay, let's see this. Describe is displaying here. You see we have the count. How many? We have 24. The mean value of the quiz is 65. The standard deviation, which is the deviation of the mean, which is 17 marks. And the minimum, the lowest mark in the quiz is 22. And these are the margins. The 24% of the values are 60, and the 50% of the values are 68 and 75 percentage of the values are 75 and the maximum value is 97. 97, if we talk about the quiz, also the same calculations are done for the practical and the same calculations are done for the project, the same calculations are done for the final. So for example, what is the minimum value of the final? Can you tell me the minimum value of the final? The minimum value of the final. Can you tell me the lowest value in the final? Anybody there? I'm talking to myself.
Is it 5.7?
Minimum value is 5.7. No, no. Good try, but it just 6. No, Hassan is not 6. The minimum value of the final. The minimum value of the final. Okay, let me see. I think you were playing games and returning back to me now. 67. Ibrahim Saad, you were not playing games. Good for you. So actually, right, it is 67. This is the correct value, the correct answer, which is the minimum value, because I see this is the minimum value of the final, which is 67. Can anybody tell me the maximum value of the final? The maximum value of the final?
87, sir.
87. Thank you very much. Now you understand the game. Now you understand the game. Okay, a final question. Can you tell me the average value of the practical? The average value of the practical?
Sir, was it 10.4 as standard?
No, 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 no. But anyway, it's good to think this way because you know it's found beneath that value, which is 72. So the 72 is the mean, and the mean has another word which is average. They are the same. They are the same. Mean and average, they are the same. That's why I'm asking if you can understand the word average. The word average means mean. The same word. They are used interchangeably. Okay. So here the 72.76 is the average value of the practical. Okay. How many students submitted the quiz? How many students submitted the quiz? A question for you. How many students submitted the quiz? We have missing 2, but so the total is 24. So can you tell me how many students submitted the quiz? No, you don't know? Can't you see that in the count column, in the count row? Because we have a total of 24 students. 22 only submitted the quiz, but we have missing 2. 2 students didn't submit the quiz. Actually, this is very interesting because if you look at this, if you look at these statistics, even if you have hundreds of columns, you can understand what's going on inside the data just by looking to all of these statistics instead of investigating the amount. Yeah. Brahim, if you answered 22 for how many students submitted the quiz, it's correct. So the 22 means we still have two missing students didn't submit the quiz. Maybe I'm going to search for them and ask them why you didn't attend the quiz. If they have a sick leave, I can make a makeup for them, just like this. So because if you go here and you describe the grades and you run the grades here, you will find the quiz. If you look at the quiz column, you have Here, this guy didn't submit the quiz, and also here, this one didn't submit any quiz, even any quiz. So we have two missing records for the quiz. That's why if you look at the describe, it describe all the needed statistics. So it describe all the needed statistics. Okay. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you very much. So returning back to our slides back, please concentrate with me because I'm trying to make the class more interactive. So maybe I'm going to stop at any time and ask you some questions. So uh, please be sure that you understand every command, not command. Every command you should understand it because I'm going to ask you anytime about any command. Okay, so here, if you want to, for example, if you want to display the unique values, okay, let me try to make it very clear for you here. From the grades, if you look at the departments, the division, we have ADU, we have HLT, which is returning to the health, and we have the engineering, and we have the ADU. How many divisions are there? I don't know exactly because I have to scroll down and check all of them. But instead, if we have hundreds of rows, it will not be possible to do that. So we have a magic command that will help us to see how many divisions we have. So we just go to the grades and set unique. But sorry, for the specific columns, which is division, and then dot unique. This is the command, the command. And run to see how many. Actually, we have many. If you see, we have EDU, we have health, we have engineering, we have business, we have CIS, and we have the app departments. And NAN means we have a missing record. It's not calculated as a department or division, but now we can see all the divisions are there. This is unique. Unique means display every value for just one time. Every value for just one time. This is very useful if you want to know how many departments in your company, or how many divisions in your specialization or your college. This is very useful tool to know how many divisions are there. Okay. Calculated columns. If you want to calculate some columns, you can do that actually immediately by using this style, which is data frame, and put the new column name and then equal expression. I will show you how to do that soon, but let me see how many things were missing here. Append and then finally write down. Okay, so let me do that very quickly. Data frame dot of new column equal expression. Let's return it back. Let's return it back to our uh, data frame, display it to see its content. Okay, we see here we have all the content, but actually we don't have the total. We have the final. If you see, we have the quiz, we have the practical, we have the project, we have the final, but we don't have the total. You understand? How to add a column for the total? Okay, this is very good. This is very easy. We can say grades of total equal to grades. Sorry, grade. I think we're missing E here. Grades of quiz plus grades of practical. Sorry, this should be like this: practical practical. Okay, and then plus grades of project, and then plus grades of final. But this is not going to work. Can you tell me why? This is going to give you a number of 400s because the quiz is out of 100 and the practical is out of 100 and the project is 100 and so forth. This is going to give you a big value. It's about 300s for or 200 something. I want to get the final, the total mark is out of 100. How to do that? Okay, let me see. Let me see first the problem. I will show you the problem and then, but the problem is I cannot repeat this command again. How to do that? Okay, so I just want to show you that we have a problem here because we cannot calculate it like this. We still need to do something. Do you know it? يعني ما ينفعش ان انا اجمع ده زائد ده زائد ده زائد ده واحطه في التوتال لان هيطلع رقم من 400. انا عايزه رقم من 100. نعملها ازاي دي؟ مين شاطر يقول لي؟ Hmm. Where are the clever students? No clever students? I trust you.
دكتور أظن تجمعهم قسمهم على 4 ضرب 100.
ممتاز. Okay. Perfect. تجمعهم وتضربهم على تقسمهم على 400. يعني ممكن نقسم على 400 على طول مرة واحدة. ممتاز. نقسمهم على 4 ونضرب في 100. يعني نقسم على كل ده على 100. على عفوا 400. اوكي، يبقى الناتج هيطلع فعلا مظبوط. هنعمل ران كده ونشوف الناتج بتاعنا عامل ازاي. Okay, here we go. Very good. But we still have a problem here. This is out of percent. We have to multiply by. Why it's happening like this? This is 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 over 400. Ah, okay. And we have to multiply again by 100 is all about over 4. Sorry, over 4, not 400. Over 4, the average value of these are all the values over 4. So let's run this again. Okay, now it's okay. So this guy this guy succeeded, and here we have this guy failed. This guy failed because he didn't pass by 60%. Even if you see this guy has succeeded in the project, has succeeded in the final, get good mark in the final, but he didn't get good mark in the quiz, and he didn't get good mark in the practical, so he failed or she failed. Okay, so now we understand how to calculate a new column. This new column was not there in the original data frame. We calculated it, we added it to the original data frame. Okay, so returning back to the slides. Here we have, okay, how to merge two data frames. Actually, the most important condition here is that both sheets have the same structure. So they have to get the same structure. What about making this interesting to get some of the grades as slides? We say slice one equal grades of from row 0 to row 2, and from row 2, and from column we want to get this only, so from column 0 1 0 1 2 3, from column 3 to the last one. The last one you can see, leave it empty like this. So we display slice 1. Let me see, slice 1 is working, not working. I have a problem. It's invalid key, slice grades 0. Okay, let me put it. What the final one is 3 4 5 4 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, let me see if it's 7. Still have a problem. It was 6. 6. Okay. Still. What's the problem here? From 1 to 3. Oh, sorry. I have to write down the iLog. I just forget this. Always forget the iLog. Okay, now is okay. So we can have now a piece. We call it slice 1. Okay. Let me add another cell. Insert cell below. Insert cell below, and we make slice 2. Slice 2 is equal to grades dot ilog of. Let me take something else. Let me take from number 4 to the number 6, and then from number column number, for example, number the same 3 to number 6, the same. We want to combine them together. So let's see, we have here two I think we can take a project, and we can take from project. Oh, it's going to repeat this again. But anyway, I want to show you what's going on. Slice 2. Run. We have here slice 1 and slice 2. You can see we have 2 slices here. I want to join these slices in one big slice. How to do that? We use the data frame.append, data frame1.append. We say, okay, we add here at the slice 2, we can see both the slides here. So we say, okay, new slice equal slice 1 dot append slice 2. Slice 1 dot append slice 2, and we can display that new slice. New slice. As you can see here we go. We appended all the 2 slides together in one slice. Okay, so you understand now how to combine 2 different slices in one slice. As I told you, the most important thing is that both sheets have the same structure. They have the same dimension, number of rows and number of columns. Okay, the last step here, and we finish our lecture today, is to write down whatever you have done into an Excel sheet. Okay, let's do that with the slides that we have just created. This one, we want to save it into an Excel sheet. How to do that? We do that by using the Excel writer. We have the PD, and we use the Excel writer, and we name whatever Excel sheet we want. And then we get the data and we point it to Excel sheet, use the writer to sheet number 1, and the writer to save. Okay, let me make it step by step. I want to write the new slice into a file. So I say writer equal to Excel, I think. pd.excel writer, pd.excel writer of, and I put here the new name, new file dot xlsx, xlsx. Okay, and then I take the new slice that I want to, and say to Excel of the writer and the sheet number 1. And finally, the write command, which is writer.save. Writer.save. Okay, let me run this. This is very interesting. Let me run this. Okay, make sure. Yeah, okay. Run. Okay, so if you see, it's bound. We don't have an error here, so I think this is Excel open. Bound method. Oh, sorry. This is save. Should be written like this. Right. Okay. Now it's saved, and we can go here, and we can see that we have a new file with the new file name. Okay. The new file. This new file we have created, and if you open it with Excel, sorry, this should be. We should use Excel so we can go from here to the users, and I think this guy here, we can find the new file here. Just click on this file and see we have the slice with the data. This is a file and sheet number 1, and the slice with the data that we have here in the in here, this one. We have created it, and we combined them together, and then we created a file, and we put the created data into that file. Okay, now we can do interesting things, like, for example, if you want to make a graph, just make a graph from here, like I think from here, quick analysis, and make no color scale. I think we can use graphs like clustered graph. This is very interesting. You can see that we have a very quick way of making the graph. This is the first student, the second student, the fourth student, and the fifth student. And you can see from the graph only that the second student is the highest performing student. Because you see, this is the graph, it displays performing students because he got good marks in the quiz, the practical, and the project. Okay. Okay, I think we finished our lecture for today. If you have any questions, this is a collection of all of the comments that we have studied today at this lecture. If you have any questions, No questions? Yes.
No questions, Doctor.